you. Yum.
Welcome, everybody. We ready to get started with our
back from the summer virtual tastings.
back from the summer.
Back from the summer break. I don't know if things look different from your side of the camera, but things are different on this side of the camera. We got a whole crew going on. We've got new equipment. Feeling very professional right now. Pretty cool. We're starting to sip. If you want to go ahead and put some of the Marsanne in your glass, that'd be awesome. We're going to talk about it in just a few minutes. Let a few more people join before we get into the nitty-gritty of the wine.
Yeah, definitely pour the Marsanne. We'll start with that.
Hopefully you've already gotten it chilled. You should know that. But if not, you definitely want to serve this one chilled.
I've been missing you guys, man. I tell you what, it's been a whole couple months. How long has it been? 3 months, 4 months since our last virtual tasting?
I think we did our last one in May.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's been a long time since we have done a tasting, and we've definitely missed them. Our kids have missed them.
I've missed them.
June, our oldest, was asking me just the other day, when are we doing another tasting? And I said, oh, we're doing one this week. And she said, am I dancing? And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy. Our girls are, man, Junie has grown up to this like young woman, which is really freaking me out. She's 10, about to be 11.
She's way too tall for 10. She's almost as tall as me, and I'm not short.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
TC is just, they all start soccer tomorrow. First day of, it's our first soccer game of the year, which is pretty exciting.
Gonna be fun.
We've got basketball and tennis and
a lot.
All
Harvest.
Yeah.
Harvest is happening on top of all the kids' sports. Chris is gone all the time for Harvest. I'm amazed you're here tonight to do this. Thank you.
2 to 3 more weeks and we will be done. But I gotta say, our crew is doing such an amazing job. So it's been a wild ride, and we're gonna get into it more during the show. But such an amazing vintage and such an amazing harvest. So. Well, let's jump in here.
Yeah, should we start talking about the Marsanne, or should we?
Well, actually, why don't you guys tell us where you're joining from? Please jump in the comments. Tell us where you're from. Tell us if this is the first time you've ever got a chance to watch. We're about to have a ton of fun. We're going to jump into all these wines. By the end of this show, you will know so much more about where this wine's grown, about the soil that it's grown in, and how it was made. And some cool things that you can use when you're sharing these wines with your friends. So.
We'll also be talking about some pairings.
Mm-hmm.
Always a necessity. Food with wine is the ultimate combination.
Cool. Well, let's get rolling. Shout out to all the people who have purchased the packs.
Not all of them, just a few of them. We can't name them all.
Yeah.
Just saying. We've got, you want me to do these names?
Yes.
I apologize now if I butcher your name. Reynaldo whoa. There's a lot of C-E-R-E. How do you say that?
Caraceres?
I think that's right. Reynaldo, thank you for joining us. Monica and Bill Schwalm. It's been a while since I've seen you.
Good to see you guys.
I know, welcome. We've got Wynn Eckert joining us. You do the other two.
Vinay Kirschman, or Kirschnen? Vinay Kirschnen?
I think so.
Yeah, and
it's pretty.
Wynn Eckert. Oh, you already said Wynn Eckert.
Yeah.
Leon Stukenschmidt.
I saved you the longest one. It's not as hard to pronounce. It's just long.
These guys are from all over the world, apparently.
I think so. We've got quite the
global,
variety.
Which is pretty exciting. That's awesome.
I know.
So this whole new format, guys, we're filming this a little bit ahead of time, but you're actually going to be watching this, a couple days later or a couple weeks later.
With us.
With us, though. Katharine and I are actually in the comments right now. I know it's weird that we can be 2 places at once, but we're going to be commenting. So please feel free to jump in, ask us anything, and we'll be chatting with you and all the comments both on Facebook. So
yeah, so be nice because we're seeing everything in real time that you say down there in those comments.
Yeah. Also, guys, we listened to your feedback. We had I think 30 plus virtual tastings that we did over the last year and a half, and we started from this like very neophyte stage and just kept on improving. And that's why we took a break, just to give us a break, to give the kids a break, to give you guys a break. And then we wanted to really retool what we were doing.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get this off the ground and give you guys a new look and a new view of what we do.
Yeah, I hope you guys like it. Tell us in the comments what you think about it. Hopefully it'll be best.
Let's get something in your glass. Let's jump straight into this Hoover Valley Vineyard Marsanne. So some things have happened since the last time that we hung out. In March or at the end of April, we finished the purchase of Hoover Valley Vineyard.
Is it that long? I thought it was in well, it doesn't matter what time. I thought it was more recently than that.
Maybe it was.
Anyway.
This year has been a blur.
Sometime recently.
Yes, we finished the acquisition of Hoover Valley Vineyard. We were able to purchase that and put it under the William Chris name. So that's 55 acres of 11 different varieties. It's right on the bend of the Colorado River, which is super exciting. It's only about 100 yards from the river. Starts that bottom Mourvédre block. But there's about 11 different soil types, but almost the whole place is very granitic. You get a little bit of influence from a couple of different subsoils, but almost all of it is decomposed granite over sandstone.
I think you can smell that in this wine.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Tell us in the comments if you can smell that too, because I don't have the nose Chris does, but I get that.
Oh, definitely. You absolutely get that minerality.
You really can taste the minerality from that granitic. Is that the word granitic soil out at Hoover Valley?
Absolutely. And it almost makes a C right where the vineyard tip is. And
what makes a C? The river?
The river, yeah. And I keep on calling it Hoover Valley, but we actually have changed the name of that vineyard. Although it's in Hoover's Valley, right north of Kingsland. We really weren't in love with the name, and we wanted to think about something that not necessarily more accurately described it, but more reflected on Katharine and Callie and Andrew and I and Bill and Beth. And so we kind of all put our heads together and we came up with Uplift Vineyards, because the kind of meaning behind Uplift Vineyards is this vineyard is actually right on the edge of the Llano Uplift, which is anywhere from 500 million to 2 billion years old. There's different ages of the Llano Uplift, but it's all different areas of soil where they've been pushed up, and then over time the soil got eroded away and left that decomposed granite over sandstone, which is really cool, and definitely getting to pick up those aspects of the granitic soils in these wines. And when I say minerality, so for me, I can pick up a lot of almost that seashell, that almost that saltiness or flintiness even on the aromatics, which are really interesting. And then you get this.
Interesting you say seashell. I would have never thought those words, but that is so it.
And you get this little kind of guava and kiwi and also like honeysuckle. It's not overly flowery in my opinion, but I love the acidity of this wine. I love the texture. So most of this wine was fermented in stainless steel and then in concrete egg as well. And then we blended and threaded those wines back together. So the concrete also adds a lot of minerality to the wine as well. But there's nowhere else in the world that tastes like Uplift Vineyards. Kind of the duality of Uplift too is something that our whole team feels very strongly about. I feel like we've been so blessed in our life to be able to start this company with quite literally 40 grand in American Express. We started William Chris Vineyards while my wife was still a teacher. She supported the family. We had June only a few months after we started William Chris, or we got pregnant with June only a few months after we started William Chris. And we've been so blessed in our lives to work really hard and be rewarded in so many different ways. But we feel like very much a duty to, a responsibility to be able to share all the things we've learned, with the folks around us and share our good fortune and hard work with other people. And we try to build up the industry and uplift the industry around us. So we decided that we wanted to farm more vineyards under our control.
That's what I was going to say. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
We definitely, that's something that we're passionate about, is the vineyard and growing wine from the vine, not tinkering with it in the winery, but growing wine. And having an additional vineyard, a 55-acre vineyard, gives us so much more opportunity to control the good fruit that we put in.
And it's close
wines.
to home too. It's only about 40 minutes from here. That doesn't mean that we don't love all of our growing partners, because we really have loved some of the relationships that we've had over the years. But ultimately, if we can influence the fruit and farm the fruit from vine all the way to the bottle, if we can do more of that, it ultimately, I think, continues to build up our company. We also, when I say build up our company, go ahead.
Well, I just want to say too that we're never going to be farming 100% of our grapes. The partnerships that we have with the families that farm throughout this state are so important to us, and we couldn't do it without them.
We never set out to be a tasting room. We started out farming grapes and making wine. I mean, that's what Bill and I kind of established.
That was the passion.
Yep, and we were going to
Growing
sell
wine
wine in restaurants, and then later we looked at the opportunity to share a more educational experience, more in-depth experience to really, that's what was needed, right? I mean, we're selling Texas wine, and when we first started, it was an uphill climb. I mean, most of Texas wine was so bad, and so we were constantly like overcoming the 20 or 5 or 1 experience that people had previously to that. And so it was so important for us to be able to share our story, share our wine with somebody directly, face to face, and be able to show them that we can grow world-class wine. We can go toe-to-toe with anybody in the world and share with our fans and our guests why that matters. Because it's important to not only know what great wine is, but know where great wine comes from. And so you can look for it again, you can find that intention, and you can repeat the process. It's like the first time you ever ate that amazing food at a restaurant, or figured out that you tasted a vegetable that was farmed right down the road, and you felt more connected to your food, and also it was delicious. And we're trying to do the same thing over and over and over again, because wine is like baseball cards for adults, and you can drink them. How freaking cool is that? I mean,
They
it's
don't just sit in a binder.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We haven't talked about pairing yet.
Yeah.
Everybody received a recipe, and the first first bit of you received also some salsa. We have a special pairing to go with this Marsanne with that salsa in the recipe. Should we go to the kitchen and try it?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to get to try one of my very dearest friends in life, Jason Fernandez. His parents, they started Fernandez, his grandparents started Fernandez Restaurant, one of my and Katharine's favorite places back home. They started in 1967, Juan and his wife, and they made the most delicious salsa. It is epic. And I can't believe that he was willing to make us a couple hundred jars to be able to share with you guys. Chips and salsa is one of my favorite things in life. I am embarrassed to say we probably eat chips and salsa or chips and guac 4 nights a week.
Hey.
5.
Hey. There's no shame in the chip game.
There's no shame. That's exactly right. Our kids eat chips. We eat chips. We're a chip family. Tortilla chips.
You're really making me want to taste this food.
Yeah. Well, let's jump in the kitchen. Chef Ty has provided us these wonderful chicken salsa quesadillas, and done a great job. So come on in.
You're not gonna take your gloves?
Oh yeah. Whoa.
I think I went out first too, but.
All right.
Oh, this looks so good.
Places.
Okay, yes, sir.
I cannot wait to dig in. So this is Fernandez salsa. If you haven't checked it out, absolutely one of my most amazing favorite things in life, besides my wife, because she's
I
amazing
mean,
too.
salsas are pretty close. Okay.
Yeah. So there's no MSG in this. This is still made at Fernando's Salsa. This is one of my dear friends. We grew up together. We played football together since we were little kids.
It is our favorite salsa in the house. Even the kids like it. It's not. It's spicy enough that we're satisfied, but it's not too spicy that they can't eat it.
100%. Yeah. And we are going to start selling this at our market, our Hye Provisions, right here at the tasting room in Hye. We've turned the old house into an old market. So it's pretty cool. You're going to be able to buy chips from my hometown or our hometown, Fernando's Salsa, a number of different other dry goods that are really, really fantastic. So, oh man.
Can we do this though?
Yeah, the moment I've been waiting for. Got a little Marsanne.
Chef made some smoked chicken quesadillas.
Oh yeah.
He snuck some squash in there, so great.
I'm gonna like cover this thing in salsa. Oh my gosh.
Great tip.
Before we do that, I'm gonna go grab a napkin.
If you want to get your kids to eat more vegetables, throw them in some quesadillas. Chris doesn't like sour cream, but I do. I'm putting some on mine. I need another utensil, I think.
Do you see these beautiful wood boards with their new logo in it?
Y'all,
here, I'm gonna.
You really put a lot of salsa on here. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
We're pairing this obviously with our
gosh.
Marsanne.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
That's fantastic. The potatoes in there. Mm.
So, wow, you put a lot of salsa on mine. That's spicy. Perfect. So why does this pair well with the Marsanne?
The fat and the salt goes really well with the acidity. Marsanne too has that little bit of fat, call it the fatness in the texture, which goes really, really well with this cheese. Marsanne is one of the most oily textured varieties. And I think, and I don't think this is right for everybody because spicy food, and I wouldn't even call this really spicy, but I mean, I guess it's a little spicy. Like I love the jalapenos with my brisket and all that good stuff. So, but I think that like we're starting to see that we're growing grapes and making wine made for Texans and our cuisine. Like this is something that you would eat at my house. Well, you're going to definitely eat at my house more often because this recipe is delicious. But this is what it's all about. Like we're changing culture and we're making wines that go great with our cuisine, and you are a part of it now, which is pretty stinking cool. So, man, I'm so excited to be able to taste this and eat this with you guys today.
So good. All right, have another bite. Let's go get back to the tasting.
I'm taking this with me.
That was delicious.
You guys really didn't see this, but I ate like 6 of them. They were out of sight. Yeah.
That's where all mine went. He ate them all.
This is true.
Okay, let's move to the next wine. We've got
Absolutely.
the Artist Blend next. And I
Are you
hope
trying to get me drunk?
This is not a huge, I mean, we have a dump
Thank
bucket.
you. I love
We
you.
have a dump bucket. It's, what do we always used to
A no
say?
dump Saturday. But this is a Thursday night, right?
It's gonna be Thursday night.
That's right. This is actually Friday night for us.
Friday night for us, but it's got to be a dump Friday night because we have soccer at 8 a.m. tomorrow. It's already, I don't know.
Have you dumped anything?
Nope, not yet, but maybe I will later. Anyway,
Hell yeah.
Artist Blend. I hope everyone's been admiring the artistry on here. Every year we do a competition that we open up to, well, we really advertise it in our wine club, but I think it's open to anybody to enter.
All over the world. We had global entries last year.
Global entries last year. Anyway, the Artist Blend competition is about to open. If you want more information, check out our website. And if you're an artist, you can enter. But this is last year's winner. Gorgeous piece of artwork. She's
Sarah,
a Texas
Lowry, yeah.
Texas native.
What was the name of the painting?
So she named it a French name. She is not French, but she named it a French name. I don't know how to pronounce.
Lavin Vivante.
I don't think that's right.
How do you spell V-I-G
but it
and
sounds
E?
right.
Or, no, how do you say V-I-G and E?
In French, I don't know.
Lavin. La Vigne.
Anyway.
La Vigne Vivante.
Anyway, it doesn't matter how you say it because the wine is delicious. Tell us about the wine, Chris.
Okay, so this is all grown right across the street. When I say across the street, I mean in the Pedernales River Basin. Where I'm standing right now is in Hye, Texas. We're only about maybe 700 yards away from the Pedernales River. And when I say Pedernales River, I mean Pedernales River. Some of the non-local people say Pedernales. That's not how you really say it if you're from here.
Speaking of pronunciation,
that's right.
All of a sudden he's into
I'm
pronunciation.
giving you the lingo, man. I'm giving you the lingo. if you're gonna know what the Pedernales River Valley or Pedernales River Basin, so right down.
Sorry,
are you done?
You just cracked me up. Go ahead.
LBJ said Pedernales.
Okay.
So the Pedernales River Basin is right down the road. Is right where we're standing. About 2 million years ago, we would have been underwater in the mighty Pedernales River. Now it's kind of a lot smaller than it is, but some really great folks right down the street on Lower Albert Road farm this vineyard. This started out as a whole project 7 years ago. We designed the whole vineyard with one wine involved. So Bill and I really wanted to have kind of that true aspect of terroir and artistry together. So we really worked hard on essentially creating the perfect blend, but with grapevines, not necessarily with barrels. And then planted the vineyard. Doug Wilcox and his son-in-law Johnny and their families moved down here from Northern California and Oregon and planted this vineyard for us.
I'm going to stop you there and ask a question. You
Shoot.
said that you and Bill really wanted to make a wine based on the varietals in the vineyard and not just the varietals from each barrel. So is this what you would often call a field blend?
Absolutely.
We have field blends.
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
So we don't, typically field blends are intermittent plantings of different varieties in most cases.
Okay.
But we do it a little bit differently. They're all separate blocks, but we also harvest them. We try to harvest them pretty close together and co-ferment them. Doesn't always happen like that, but we always blend ASAP, like we press and blend at the same time and put those wines together. Now, we may only blend 80% of that wine, and then we'll keep some of the varieties, like there'll be a couple barrels of Tannat, couple barrels of Grenache, couple barrels of Mourvédre.
But most of it was barreled together the whole time, and you
Yes.
just added a little bit from a different barrel to make the blend taste.
Absolutely,
Perfect. Okay.
absolutely. And so
Answered
I
my
think that's
question.
really important when you're trying to express, we're trying to do three things when we're putting this wine together. A, the Pedernales River Valley. B, the vintage, right? Because this is the 2019. It was a hot, dry year. We had a little bit of influence of rain late in the season, but it was such a great vintage, and we're trying to express everything that happened in that year, and also make the best damn wine possible. And so,
Always.
if there wasn't a barrel or two that fit in there, we wouldn't have put them in this wine. But fortunately for us, almost every single vintage of the Artist Blend has been, it has worked out perfectly. It was kind of like our assumptions were correct. And so all the barrels go together to make one singular wine. And we try not to even put very many variations of different barrel styles or barrel types in there. It's almost all Eastern European oak and a little bit of New French oak and Eastern European oak rather, and just a little, about 70% neutral wood.
I just had a great idea. We talked earlier about doing a little random giveaway during the video, and I have a perfect trivia question.
Yeah.
When was the first, don't answer too quick because we won't be able to answer in the comments. What was the first vintage of Artist Blend that was from Vintage Press Vineyard?
Ooh, great question.
Don't
And
answer yet.
While we wait for that,
You gotta talk about this, right?
recommended
Yeah.
pairing,
Oh,
bacon cheeseburger.
which we don't have,
On a
but we
brioche
can
bun with garlic cone fries.
start drooling. We don't
Yeah.
have it.
And some
Okay.
Fernandez salsa. Oh my gosh. That was
Okay,
good.
so before we move to the Mourvédre,
Yeah.
we need to talk about the Artist Blend special we've got running, because This wine is
Ooh.
so good.
Absolutely.
y'all.
6 packs of this today, $200. Are you kidding me?
I know. I don't know why we do this.
Pretty crazy. $200. The link will
Links
be
in the
put on.
comments.
Yeah, link in the comment. And then you can get a case.
Because you know 6 won't be enough.
Yes.
And you'll want to age it.
For also, guys, if you put 6 bottles in, shipping's included as well. So pretty awesome. Go to the comments right now. Click on the link. Get it on our site. Also, guys, all our wine club members, make sure that you log into your membership, because as you're a wine club member, the store changes and you can see more SKUs on our website. And you won't be able to see those unless you're a member. So that's important.
Okay.
Awesome. So what was the first vintage of Artist Blend?
Oh, I don't know the answer. Someone will guess it
That's
correctly.
messed up. You're going to ask the question.
I said full disclosure. I just thought of this on the spot. It's a great question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when we're watching along with you guys in the comments,
I'll
whoever
remember
will know
by
by then, and whoever says it first.
Yeah.
Wait, I mean, this is the most honest competition you can have, because
There you
I
go.
don't know.
Pretty sure it's 2015.
I don't think it was that old. I don't think it was that long ago. We'll find out.
The 16.
We'll find out. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yeah. I thought we were having another No Dump Thursday.
Well, I don't have to dump it. I'm going to save it for later.
Oh, okay.
Cheers. Oh my goodness. All right, we're moving on to the.
I want to stay there. Come on, let's go.
No, we need to move on so we can keep talking.
Just trying to get you to drink the rest of that.
I'll get it. Don't worry. I'll drink it. Okay, so the next one.
I was like, that's for you. You're going to have a softer pour for me. But yeah.
I don't know what you're trying to say. Okay, next one. We're moving on to the Annie's Block Mourvédre. That's 2018. This is from the Hye Estate.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait. Mourvédre's always my favorite, but I don't know if it's going to beat this Artist Blend.
So Annie's Block is Bill's daughter. I'm sure we have a picture of her we can show up on the screen. But Annie is such an amazing girl. We've known her since she was what?
In junior high.
Yeah.
Middle school, they call it now.
Yeah.
Middle school.
She's such a beautiful girl. She and her brother Davis, but Bill's kids or the William part of William Chris. She is now an archaeology master's student at UT, doing such a great job. But we named all the blocks after our kids and our wives on the Hye Estate.
But some of them got ripped out. Is Annie's is gone?
No, Davis's block is
Davis
gone.
is good.
Annie's
Oh,
block
okay.
is all the way at the bottom of the vineyard.
Okay.
The Mourvédre block.
I'm just glad that mine got spared. Mine was supposed to be the first on the chopping block. Is it still going? Actually, it's gone now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Never mind.
No
Mine's
more
gone
Malbec.
too. Me and Davis are gone.
I'll plant you a new block, baby.
Thanks.
We did actually plant you a new block. It's Tannat.
But is it named for me?
It is now.
You guys heard
It's
it.
now Catherine's block Tannat. Yay!
It's got a little ring to it.
It's got.
Anyway, let's talk about Annie's block. So it's in the, let us see, that's the northeast, northwest corner.
Northwest corner, yeah.
Northwest corner
I'm so
of the
proud of you,
estate here.
babe. You got your directions down.
I mean, it only took me 10 years.
There's a little less than an acre there, but 100% Mourvédre. This is almost all stainless steel, fermented and then barrel aged for about 21 months. Mourvédre is one of my absolute favorite varieties on the planet. And I think what's really unique for all you guys watching out there is Mourvédre shows where it's from very, very well. We just were at a restaurant in Dallas, Boulevardier, yeah, and we had our 2018 Texas High Plains Mourvédre, and we put it up against, which was about $45 at the restaurant, and we put it up against, and when I say put it up, I don't mean like battled them out.
Well, but we had them side by side so we could really compare the two.
And we had a.
Sounds like Tess is making her dinner upstairs. You hear that microwave?
We put this up against another beautiful Mourvédre from France, and both were really delicious. But you could tell that both of them were grown in totally separate places, and but they were both so interesting, which I think is really fantastic.
So this one compared to the High Plains Mourvédre we had the other night.
Mm-hmm.
This one for me is deeper and richer.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's a little more full-bodied.
Yeah. It's got a little bit more depth to it, which I appreciate. A little bit more tannin, a little bit more structure.
I honestly, when I saw the progression of our wines tonight, I wondered if Mourvédre should be first, but tasting it again today definitely belongs after the artist blend.
So this I love, guys, with venison. We are a big hunting family. We hunt deer in the hill country and in South Texas. Our freezer is almost always full of venison. Backstrap, tenderloin, even roasts are fantastic with this. I love beef short ribs too. We do a really unique beef short rib recipe in our clay pot that we'll make at home that I absolutely think is to die for. Also smoked cheddar cheese. Really, really hits this one home.
It's about to be the season for some roasts. About to get cooler.
Yeah.
So excited. If I can't swim, I want it to be fall weather.
Braised short ribs, oh my gosh. And then there's so many, it's so easy. Even if you're not a good cook, you can make braised short ribs very, very easily. But
it's easy for you to say that because you're a good cook, but.
You can follow directions and put my own little spice on it.
And put your own little spice on it.
You're a great cook too.
I can follow the directions, but I don't put any special spice on it like you do.
Oh, well, I feel like we have so many good spices. I mean, we have this beautiful garden here at the Hye Estate full of herbs, and it's so fun to just go out there and snip some. Our gardening team is awesome here, and I swear it just makes life so much better when you have fresh herbs at your fingertips. And even if you're at home, grow like basil. Basil's like the easiest thing. Thyme, marjoram, like they will make your food so much better.
Yeah, I miss we had a giant lavender plant just going, not lavender, what am I saying? Rosemary, just going crazy in our front yard until the snowpocalypse killed even the hardiest of
But that is
rosemary.
a great tip though, babe. Even if you suck at gardening,
which I do,
you can't screw up rosemary. Like if you kill rosemary, like
you have to be the snowpocalypse to kill rosemary.
Yeah. So, oh man. Well, this leads us to our very last wine.
Oh gosh, now I really do have to.
It's decision time, my love.
I have less of this, so we're not dumping, right?
Nope, no dumping.
No dumping.
I had this right here just in case, but I'm glad I got you.
I don't need that.
That's right.
Okay, so we're moving on to our fourth final.
Tannat Hye Estate. This is so cool. We're doing two wines from the Hye Estate.
No, this never happens.
This is from our older block of Tannat, just right down like 50 yards from, or 10 yards from you. What am I talking about?
What is the directional? Can you tell me?
South of where I'm standing.
Yeah, well, you were so proud of me for saying.
Hey, big shot!
north.
Just because you got one right, if you want to play this game, let's get after it.
Okay, you're not up to the challenge. I get it.
Oh, really?
Okay, continue on.
So this is actually this is the old block Tannat blended in with a little bit of the newer block Tannat. Tannat is one of the bastard grapes from Bordeaux.
I don't know if you can say that. Just kidding.
Why can't you say bastard grapes
I'm
in Bordeaux?
kidding. Okay, continue on.
So
our kids in the room, that's why.
Yeah, that's right. You don't even know why. So this is Tannat grown. It used to be grown in Bordeaux. It's a bastard grape.
Oh, you know how to pronounce that in French.
I'm sure you're such a. So
okay.
It's also the national grape of Uruguay. This wine, this is better than the previous vintage too. This is 18. 17 was good, but 18, wow. I was proofing these wines before when we just were about to get started. The violets coming out of this wine are absolutely singing. This is one of the most tannic, bold varieties for the state of Texas. And truth be told, like I don't wake up every day and be like, man, I want a glass of Tannat. Well, just because I'm not an alcoholic.
No. We don't usually have Tannat for breakfast.
Yeah, we used to drink Pinot. No, I'm just kidding. No, so Tannat is one of my favorite varieties. We love to farm it. We love to grow it. We love to make it. But I feel like it's a wine that you've kind of got to be in the mood for. And I think we probably drink Tannat maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. But it is one of my favorite wines. This wine and brisket are absolutely phenomenal. Charred game meats, again, wild boar. I mean, this wine can stand up. We shoot. I'm not afraid to make a 50-pound boar or a 250-pound boar. We'll skin them and eat them, whether from South Texas or here. Although I do love the hill country boars or pigs just a little bit better than the South Texas one, personal preference. Shout out to old Jesse Griffiths that has Die Douay restaurant, one of my absolute favorite spots in Texas and maybe even in the world. We're blessed to have so many chef friends, but Jesse is a really special person. If you get a chance, go hit up Die Douay in Austin, DAIDUE. He also came out with a new book that we may be doing something soon with. So, anyways,
Cool.
if you want to kill a boar and you drink it with
He's
some
your
Tannat,
man.
or eat it with some Tannat.
I can tell you how.
What are you getting off of this, babe?
Well, I think you nailed it with the violets. But there's also some dark berry, like some.
Yeah, a lot of
Rat.
blue fruit, You got me on that other half of class, and I was like the blue fruit. So Tannat also, guys, is while it's so tannic, it does really well with fat. So I think it's really important to, when you're pairing these, make sure that you have a high fat meal with it, or a high fat protein especially. It really helps melt that tannin. So that's something when you're pairing food, tannin and fat go really, really hand in hand, which I think is important.
You could do some brisket tacos with that salsa from the pack with this.
Oh,
That would
absolutely.
be so good.
I love
good.
taking somebody who goes, oh, I love Napa Cabernet, and you're like, oh, really? Good for you. That's awesome. Well,
does
here's some
everybody
Tannat.
else.
Yeah, and pouring them a glass of Tannat, especially off of limestone. I don't love Tannat as much off of granitic soils, but I absolutely love it off of hard limestone. I think that's because of the violet aspect of the wine. So it's been a ton of fun, by the way. It's not over, but it's been a ton of fun. It's been great to be back in saddle with
finally.
my hot ass looking wife over here.
Oh my gosh, you can't say that
You guys
either.
seeing what I'm seeing?
Oh my god. All right. So
Keep it
we
going.
were just drinking from the Hye Estate.
Yeah.
We've got lots going on the Hye Estate right now.
Coming up, guys, October 9th, we've got fall concert.
You know you want to come. 2 Tons of Steel is playing. We're having a shrimp boil.
Wait, 2 Tons of Steel is playing?
Did you know
Seriously?
that?
I did not know that.
They're so good if you don't know them.
And we're having a shrimp boil.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So come to that. We're doing release parties this month. Hopefully we'll see a lot of you guys at those. And then of course we're open every day for tasting.
If you haven't made a reservation for the release parties, please do so. Also, guys, check out some elevated experiences within the release parties. They're pretty awesome.
October 21st, we are going to do our next virtual tasting. Cannot wait for this next one. The pack is awesome.
Oh, yeah,
Pack
absolutely.
is awesome. We've
Can we-
got it. Yeah,
Hold
let's
on,
get
let me
it-
clear some of
We
this.
gotta get this stuff out of the
wonderful-
way.
I know what
Bring
we're
it
having for
out.
dinner. Okay. We've got first of all, we're going to have a guest.
Yes,
One of our best friends.
our best friend. Andrew Sides will be with us from Lost Straw. And
The
2 of these wines are Lost Straw wines. 2 of them are William Chris wines. All of them delicious, perfect for this season.
The 2020 Gemütlichkeit, which is one of my absolute favorite straw wines. Brad and Andrew and the team over there really do a great job. The 2019 Tempranillo. This is pretty cool because not a lot of people have tasted this. This is from a vineyard in Fredericksburg, and 100% Tempranillo, right off the Pedernales River Valley.
Well, the coolest thing about this is the AVA. It's an AVA that we have not ever made a wine from. It's the AVA Fredericksburg in the Texas Hill Country. It's a mouthful, but that is its own AVA.
I don't know who thought of that name, by the way, but yeah.
It's not a good name, but it's exciting that we don't have anything from that AVA.
Absolutely. A little 2020 Roussanne. Guys, this was just Texom's #1 white wine. They taste wines from all over the world. They have sommeliers from all over the world, and they deemed this the absolute best of the best. I don't even want to say that's like a platinum or something like. I don't know.
I don't know what the term was, but it earned it. This wine is so
one of my favorite white wines.
freaking good.
In like one of my favorite white wines period right now, but definitely the best white wine in Texas. And then a little 2019 La Pradera Roussanne, or Cinsault rather.
Which I also love the most.
For sure. So we've got a killer pack. I want you guys to all go in and snag one of these packs.
Well, I have to say the coolest thing about this is there's 2 ways you can get this. You can get this with steak or without steak. We are shipping steak with these wines. We'll have a recipe from Chef Hye to go with it.
Look out, Omaha Steaks. We're coming for you.
There'll be this little steak seasoning tin with it. So if you just want the wines, maybe you're a vegetarian or something, you don't want the steak, 120.
If you're a vegetarian, you don't get these wines. I'm just kidding.
The deal. So just wines alone is 120, which is a steal. It's more than 140, 150 without
this
the
is
discounts.
more like 165 bucks, yeah.
But then with steak, 175. Get the steak seasoning.
You get a huge ribeye. Our buddies across the street, Tim and Cypress Schumann, they come over here in the middle of the night. We give almost all the grape skins, the used grape skins from William Chris Vineyards. Almost all of them go across the street, and they feed them to. This is all Wagyu Black Angus crosses. This guy is like the freaking ultimate hay farmer cowboy. I mean, this guy is an incredible dude. I've known him for the past almost 12, 13 years. He is an amazing truck mechanic. He works on, this guy embodies community. He comes over and checks on me. He checks on our family. They have an amazing farm and ranch across the street. He sells a small amount of cows to restaurants across the hill country. Very, very small operation. You have this beautiful 4-pack. Every single person who orders gets this amazing tin of steak seasoning made by Chef Hye. He personally puts all these together. This is his ultimate steak rub, perfect for your 20-ounce bone-in ribeye. We only have 60 ribeyes, by the way, for all of you guys out there. So only the first 60 people that request that steak, which will be shipped separately, will get the ribeyes. But everybody that orders this pack will get the seasoning, so you can do your own New York strip, whatever. It won't be Hye beef from Hill Country Beef, but so if you add 2 more bottles to your pack, I recommend adding 8 more bottles to your pack. Make it a full dozen.
Make it a full.
But this is a great deal, guys, and you really can't. Most of these wines you can't order anymore, so they're just getting released for the pack. But I cannot tell you how much we appreciate spending time with you.
It sounds like you're about to sign off, but we have some things to
giveaways.
do. We've got a giveaway. We are giving away a Vineyard Table Experience, which is a brand new experience here in Hye, and it's awesome. I've only sat through one. You've sat through 2.
I sat through 2 and barely ate dinner 7 hours later and wasn't very hungry because it was so delicious.
Ultimate in food and wine tasting, or pairing, that Chef Hye has created, executed beautifully. Anyway, we're giving a Vineyard Table Experience away for 4 people, which is a $300 experience.
You get to go do this in the library. Before, it was really good. Chef has now taken that volume and cranked it up to where it is awesome. I mean, I tell you what, I don't know what he could do to improve that experience. Just an amazing hour and 20 minutes full of food and wine, and you will leave stuffed, you will leave educated, and you will leave with a wonderful feeling about wine.
There you go. So I'm going to drum roll. Are you going to announce the winner?
All right.
Oh.
Ooh, this is the dump bucket. I'm just kidding. Rebecca Smith. Congratulations.
Yay!
Out of all of these,
We'll be in touch,
you
Rebecca.
won. Congratulations,
Can't wait to have you out.
Rebecca Smith. So make sure, hopefully, you're watching. Tune in, and we'll be sending you your Hye table for 4, Vineyard table for 4.
Vineyard table.
Awesome.
All right, we'll see you guys again on October 21st. We are so looking forward to it. Thank you for tasting along with us.
So make sure you get your packs, guys, and please send this to your friends. We want to say thank you again. 119 souls and 119 families have access to healthcare, 401ks, and a great way of life through this company. And people like you make it happen. So from the bottom of our hearts, we want to say thank you, because you really do impact not only the families at this company, but we buy fruit from 20 different great Texas families who employ well over 200 people. And what you guys or your support really matters to a lot of great people. And you make people's lives better. You make people's lives in the Hill Country better. You make people's lives in the High Plains better. So thank you very much, because it's incredibly meaningful to Katharine and I and everybody else in this company. So cheers. Hope you guys have a great evening and you didn't drink too terribly much.
What are you saying?